go. This will be the last Fantastic Five review video of the week, only because in class we normally wouldn't take too much time going over them on Friday for the same reasons we're not going to have a video for Friday, guys. We've seen this, especially these questions. We've seen these questions more than 5 times. At this point, I don't think there's anything I'm going to show you tomorrow that's going to be light bulb worthy, or you're not going to see something tomorrow that's going to say, oh, now I get it. We should be kind of rolling at this point, especially if you're doing everything that I'm asking you to do. If you're doing all those things, you're probably watching this video like, Mr. Huber, get through it. Let's go. I know how to do all this, which is great. And I hope you're still watching, even if you're getting a 5, because you never know. So I'm going to solve number 1 and number 2 same time. We'll use both different strategies to solve the other question, and then we'll spend a little bit more time on 3, 4, and 5. But when we're looking at number 1, I did make this number a little bit bigger. You've got 64/5. You really got to know your multiplication facts. If I'm doing 64 divided by 5 to try to get that mixed number, I got to know how many whole times 5 can go into 64. Again, if you know your facts, it's a little bit easier. If not, you got to take a little bit longer and do the long division. Like you can say, okay, 5 goes into 6 one time. 5 times 1 is 5. 6 minus 5 is 1. Bring down the 4. Start over. 5 goes into 14 2 times. 5 times 4 is 10. Or sorry, 5 times 2 is 10. Subtract, and I get 12 remainder 4. I could do that, and I can know automatically where those numbers go. Or again, if you know your multiplication, you can say, well, I know 5 times 12 gets me pretty close. It goes in 12 whole times. 5 times 12 got me to 60 when I'm trying to get to 64. That remainder of 4 becomes my numerator, and my denominator doesn't change. So I see 12 and 4/5 as an answer choice, which I'll come back to in just a second. And then if I look at number 2, it says take 6 and 5/8, convert that to an improper fraction. Again, it's just 2 steps. I'm going 8 times 6 down at the bottom. That product is 48. I'm adding that numerator of 5 would give me 53. And that denominator doesn't change. So I see both my answers here. But just to be absolutely sure I'm not doing anything wrong here, I can always change it back to what it was originally. I can take 12 and 4/5, change it back to a mixed number. I know 5 times 12 gets me 60. 60 plus 4 gets me 64. Denominator doesn't change. I'm good there. And then with 53/8, I got to know my facts. I know 8 can go into 53 6 whole times because 8 times 6 gets me to 48. When I'm trying to get to 53, that leaves me a remainder of 5, and that denominator doesn't change. So I've said it all week. I sound like a broken record. 1 and 2 go together. You should either get them both right or get them both wrong. And again, I think those 2 potentially could be our highest questions of the week, or week and a half, I guess you would say at this point. So B and C for 1 and 2. I don't think number 3 is difficult, but I could see number 3 being the lowest. And not that I think it would be really low. I could just see it being the one that gave us the most trouble, just because you've got to read and it's changed each day. What fraction of this pizza is left? Again, ignore the answer choices. Don't even look at them. If I'm looking at that pizza, I can clearly see that 1 slice got taken out, but there's 2 pieces left. So that 2 becomes my numerator, and my denominator always comes from how many total pieces there were. And with this pizza, there were 3. Okay. 2/3 is not an answer choice, and I really hope, especially at this point in the week, you're not choosing D because you see a 2, or you're not choosing 1 because you see it's in thirds. If you know that answer is 2/3, you don't panic. You find which one of those answer choices is equivalent. Compare them. If you take the time to do that, and you compare it with B, 4/6, and I go bottoms up, 6 times 2 is 12, 3 times 4 is 12. So even though 4/6 looks completely different than the fraction that I have, it is equivalent. It represents the same exact amount as what I'm looking for. That answer would be B. So I've already had a couple people email me. It's Virtual Monday right now when I'm recording this. Hey, Mr. Huber, number 3 doesn't have an answer. Number 3 doesn't have an answer. Yes, it does. Don't panic. Think about what we talked about in class. And then, oh, yeah, I got it. And I can see these people getting that question right. And again, guys, it's something that with practice will become second nature. Sometimes you're going to get lucky and you'll see 2/3 as that answer choice. If you don't see it, pretty soon you're going to say, okay, I know what to do here. Practice will make perfect on that one. So again, not super difficult, I don't think, but I could see why or how it could potentially be the lowest. All right, number 4, if you know your facts, this one's not too difficult. And I did make these numbers a little bit smaller. If you've got 12/18, we know the 3 steps by now. Step number 1, I got to list all my factors. You don't have to put them in order. It makes it way easier. You can go 1 times 12. You can go 2 times 6. You can go 3 times 4. Kind of hard to see, but you think you know what I'm saying there. Same thing for 18. I'm going to go 1 times 18. I'm going to go 2 times 9. I'm going to go 3 times 6. If you know your factors, that helps a lot. Then I got to find my GCF, my greatest common factor, which in this case would be 6. That might be the biggest GCF we've had this week. Once I've got my GCF, I'll take 12. I'll take 18. I got to divide both of them by my GCF, and that would give me 2/3 as my simplified fraction, which I would then check just to make sure that I cannot simplify anymore. And right there, I could see my GCF is 1, so I know I'm done. For my crowd that likes to just split it in half, you could split 12/18 in half and you would get 6/9. If you chose A, I know for a fact you didn't check your answer, because 6/9 could then be simplified. I wanted it in simplest form. In this case, it would be C, 2/3. I'd really like that one to have some really good numbers. Because I've told you in class, I don't think there's a class in the entire building that can touch us when it comes to multiplying. That's one question I think where we can use that to our advantage. I think we should be getting that question pretty well. All right, last but certainly not least, number 5. Charlie ate 4/7 of his pizza, Logan ate 3/6 of his pizza, and Connor ate 4/8 of his pizza. It wants to know who ate the most pizza. So this one could trip you up a little bit depending on who you chose first. But again, I kind of like to go in the order that I see them. I see Charlie, I see Logan. So I'm going to compare the totals that they ate. Charlie had 4/7. Logan ate 3/6. We're going bottoms up. We want to see who ate the most. Boom, boom. 7 times 3 is 21. 6 times 4 is 24. When I'm looking at those two amounts, Charlie's represented by 24. Logan's represented by 21. Charlie ate more than Logan. Doesn't mean it's the answer. It just means Logan is eliminated. And now what I'll do is I'll take Logan out, and I will compare Charlie with Connor. Since they both start with C, I'll just put CO for Connor. Connor's got 4/8. And again, we'll go bottoms up to compare these two amounts. 7 times 4 is 28. 8 times 4 is 32. Again, Charlie's represented by 32. Connor represented by 28. That one right there would show you that Charlie ate the most pizza. Why I said you could get tripped up at the beginning. If you started with Logan and Connor, they actually ate an equal amount, so you couldn't really eliminate anybody yet. But it should logically tell you, okay, that must mean that Charlie ate more because none of the answer choices say 2 names. But then if you compared one of them with Charlie, you'd be able to eliminate them. The other one with Charlie, you'd be able to eliminate them. So I can see how that one could be a little bit confusing. But if you started in the order that you saw the names, you didn't even run into that problem. All right, guys, so you have had Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 7 opportunities to see these Fantastic 5 questions and to see the videos where I've reviewed them. Tomorrow's the day that counts. You can go back and watch old videos if you want. You can use your notes, but I'll tell you right now, and if you watch the video, you'll be able to do this. If you send me a picture of your work for tomorrow's Fantastic 5, I'm talking Friday, for Friday's Fantastic 5, I will give you 1,000 tickets. Okay, so I don't care if it's email. I don't care if you say, hey, Mr. Huber, can I Zoom with you real quick so I can show you my work? Love it. Whatever's easiest for you. So if you show me your work for Friday's Fantastic 5, I'll give you 1,000 tickets. All right, guys, best of luck tomorrow. Let's see if we can make history. We got 41 kids. Let's see if we can get 35s. That would be awesome. All right. Thanks for watching.